Well, the artwork is based on a sun, of course, from the name, and it has got, oh, it's collapsed. It's come unstuck, I'm afraid. Hi, I'm Peter Bagshawe. Many years ago, when I lived in Zambia, I became involved in a band called the Sunburst, who were touring from East Africa, where they were based, and they'd been in the Copper Belt, and they came down to Lusaka, where I lived. I happened to go to their first gig in Lusaka. I'd read about them and it sounded they were quite good, and they more than lived up to expectations. They were brilliant. At that particular gig, I met someone I knew who had also got involved slightly with the band, and he asked could I help him take them home, or wherever they were staying at that time, which I did. And one thing led to another, and I ended up as a manager, by default, I think. I was born in Sheffield, England, and after school I trained as a chartered accountant, but unfortunately I didn't quite make the grade, and I was an audit clerk at Peat Marwick and Mitchell in Sheffield. But I wanted to travel overseas. Mainly, I wanted to see steam trains over in Africa, which is another of my hobbies. And eventually I got a job in Zambia with a Lonro group of Tiny Roland, who you may have heard of, with a motor dealer. We had the agencies for Triumph at that time, which didn't last very long, and Peugeot, which was our main agency. And that's how I got to Zambia. Well, as I say, I got involved with the band and started arranging gigs and buying instruments and all the usual sort of things, and a vehicle. And of course, the idea is to try and make some money. And we thought one of the best ways would, of course, be an album. And so we booked time. We did have a local studio in Lusaka, so we booked time, and the guys recorded the album there. I can't quite remember the timeline, but I think, you know, the things weren't going very well, and they went off down, I think, to Mozambique, and they also went to Botswana, I think, and Zimbabwe. That's right, they spent some time in Zimbabwe before the album had been released, because it did take a bit of time. But it was eventually released. I don't think it sold very well. I think the problem was they were not a Zambian group, although they did sing some songs in the local languages, but it was a different sort of style to what Zambia was used to. And it's just one of those things, I expect. When I got involved with them, it wasn't so much for the money, it's just I thought they had good music and they deserved it. I often do this. I get involved in things which may cost me a lot of money, but we didn't make it, and I feel sorry, and I feel at fault as well, because I was a manager, but I did have a full-time job, so I couldn't be a full-time manager, if you know what I mean.
And my mama were pushed around and slaved and stripped off the culture, mistreated in million ways. But it's time for revolution, yeah.
was a difficult situation in lots of ways. Well, I did what I could, and I don't think the guys got where they should have. I think they deserve much more. So the fact it's happened now it's marvellous. I'm over the moon that someone's so many years later has seen the talent in the group. And it's a great shame that most of the group are not here to be able to participate in it.